Hello, happy Sunday. Happy Sunday. It is really a happy Sunday for me. I got up on the right side of the bed. I've been doing a lot of reading. I've been spending less time on social media and I've been doing lots of reading. Also, today is day 7 of my 7-day live stream challenge. I did 6 out of 7 days successfully. So I applaud myself for that. It wasn't perfection, but it was consistency. So I'm proud of myself. I did not go live yesterday. I was just like not feeling it. I was busy. I had other things to do. And I was like, I'm gonna go tomorrow though. So today is day 7 of my 7-day live stream challenge. And I did 6 out of 7 days. I call that success. That is progress over perfection because I set that goal for myself. I have been showing up consistently. And I have pretty much poured that philosophy into every aspect of my life, not just my dietary choices, not just for my health journey, but for me showing up for myself every day in every aspect. Hi, Joe Tom. Happy Sunday. I hope you're well. Thanks for popping in. I'm doing so good today. I'm in such good spirits. I got my watermelon juice with me. I'm on day 3 of just nothing but watermelon. No, I am not. I don't have a set amount of days. I am just going with the flow of my heart. I'm going intuitively. I'm listening to my body in the process. I have actually surrendered to I've surrendered. Like I've surrendered to like the higher faculties in my head. Like I'm really tapping into that spirit body that I am, that not allowing my body to dictate what goes on with my body, allowing my higher faculties to make the grown-up decisions. And if I have any kind of cravings or anything of the sort, just making sure that I am not using excuses or trying to convince myself that I need this or I need that. Like, yes, I'm going to listen to my body, but I also have a level of awareness of knowing that a lot of the things that I'm craving is definitely not good for me or real food. So that's not me listening to my body. That's just my body going through physical withdrawal, really, because it's drugs that I'm craving. You don't crave food, you don't crave real food. You either have true hunger or you're dealing with addiction, the cravings addiction, or the addiction of cravings, rather. So, but yeah, I got my watermelon lemon juice. I put some mint leaves in it, but they were kind of weak. I can barely taste the mint. But watermelon, lemon, mint juice is crack. It made right, especially if you have a really sweet watermelon. But I titled this shifting from the victim to being in control and being in acceptance of the process, because I know that from day 1, the day I started my health journey, I know I was taking control in a lot of ways. I know I was changing. I know I was doing what needed to be done in order to pivot in life as far as like feeling better in my body. But I was in victim mode from day 1. Like I held on to a lot of resentment. I was angry at my body. I was angry at myself, like for just being so extreme with my choices in the past, the amount of drinking I used to do, not having any kind of balance when it came to the unhealthy eating versus the healthier eating. There were a lot of things I did in extreme, and I was mad at myself for that. But I was also resentful of my body because I was comparing it to other people's bodies. I was comparing my state of health to the health of others who also made the same type of who made the same type of choices that I made, the destructive choices, those habits that we develop, the smoking and the drinking and the eating out. Uh, like seeing them being able to still live like that and me not having that option, so to speak. I mean, I could have done it, but it would have been to my detriment. And at least I had enough common sense, I suppose, and enough emotional maturity to put an end to it and put a stop. Drop the StreamYard link. I don't even know you. Um, But yeah, like, so I'm shifting from this mentality of being a victim, and I am truly and genuinely feeling more in control. I am in control of my body because I have put in enough practice to get to a point to do, like, I put in enough practice, I could say that over the span of the past 4 years, I have slowly but surely eliminated really destructive habits like drinking, like smoking, like eating meats, and like eating dairy. And I have replaced it with adding more plant foods into my life by doing more breath work and meditation. It has literally evolved over time. So, being more in control has a lot to do with the amount of practice I have put in, even though the practice has been imperfect, even though there have been breaks in the practice, even though there was a lot of slip ups and a lot of down points. And I learned the hard way that that was always something that was a part of the process. But while I was in it, there was a lot of dumping on myself, there was a lot of negative self talk, there was a lot of um, shame, a lot of guilt, just a lot of the low vibrational emotions that we experience as we go through life, especially if we lack the emotional maturity, especially if we don't really have a good relationship with spirit. We kind of delve into these body based ways of being and we get stuck there. At least that's how it was for me. I got stuck there and I was in that cycle and in that loop continuously for a long time. And then I just felt like I couldn't get out of it. But even though I was being imperfect, I was still trying. And I think that was the important part, the trying and the consistency of trying. And I'm really grateful for that. I'm grateful for the journey because with every mistake, with every fail, with every emotion that felt like it was overwhelming, like it was overtaking me, came more experience, came more growth, came more evolution. And now it's like I'm breaking from that victim mode and genuinely and truly being more in control. Because with every effort, with every try, I do develop the practice of the habit. I do remember how good it feels to have discipline. I do remember the natural consequences, which are good consequences, the outcomes, the effects of being consistent at doing something that is good for yourself, just like reaping the fruits of the labor of the discipline of showing up every single day for the better. So I am really grateful that I am shifting from that victimhood mindset to being in control. And now it's like I am making these choices because I know they are best for me, not because I am in fear of anything. And even if I do it because I am in fear of something, at least, like, I feel like it becomes, I surrender more with time. I surrender more from having to do something to just knowing it's what's best for me. So I'm just going to do it anyway. So being in acceptance of the process, being willing to let go of that old version of me, just being willing to let go of the outcomes that I believe I wanted, like, just letting go is like letting go is the theme of my life right now. Character development is a theme in my life right now, and just not being stuck in the same cycles. Just showing up for myself every day and being okay when I show up imperfectly, loving myself no matter where I am at in life. Like in my worst state, I'm loving myself. In my greatest state, I am loving myself. I love myself regardless of what I am going through, where I am in life at any given moment, who I share my life with, who accepts me, who doesn't, rejection, all of that. Like, really just seeing the opportunity to learn something, getting the lesson out of every situation rather than taking everything so personal in life. Because I used to take everything personal. Everything that I went through, everything that I would experience, I would take personally. Everything that I did, how I responded to something, it was because I was taking it personally. And just evolving beyond taking everything in life personally, seeing it for what it is, just trusting in God, trusting in myself, trusting that everything that I am doing is for my for my greatest and highest good. And just like accepting that no, everybody can't go where I'm going, and knowing that God is with me in every step of the way. I do feel like at one point I was just more bound to my body. I was living, you know how they say, like, the seven deadly sins? What is that? That's lust, that's greed, that's gluttony, that's wrath, that's, what is it? Greed, gluttony, lust, wrath, pride, sloth. I can't think of the seventh one. It's probably something so simple. But either way, it's like overcoming those. And definitely gluttony was the one. That was that lower vibrational. That's not being able to control what I eat. That's using things as a coping mechanism, using people as a coping mechanism, running away from myself, hiding from myself. And when we get on these health journeys, a lot of times we think that we're trying to get beyond a food addiction. We're trying to get beyond that, when in reality, it's so much deeper than food. It's really about us lacking a connection with our spirit, and us not having control of our higher faculties, us not having control of our state of mind, us not having control of our spirituality, us not having any kind of self control. So we kind of give in to everything that the body desires. We eat all day, or we use sex or people, we just or drugs. We do all these things outside of ourselves to get past the fact that we don't want to kind of start digging inside of ourselves. I don't want to say shadow work, so to speak, but we just are constantly avoiding what needs to get done on an internal level and external level. So we distract ourselves with these things. And that's why fasting is so important. And that's why fasting is a spiritual experience, because it's literally you being intentional about tapping in to that higher self, tapping into your third eye, using your mouth very intentionally, and saying, I am fasting to cleanse, to heal, to get connected to myself, to overcome the things that I am experiencing internally, emotionally. And then not only just saying it, but connecting with it by actually doing it. So starting to fast. And then now you're facing those lower desires. You're facing the addiction. You're facing the desire to consume something that is not good for you. You want the salts, the sugars, the fats, the oils. You want all of these things that are harmful to your vessel. And now you still have to maintain staying tapped into that higher spirit that says, I am not going to allow the body to use destructive substances to destroy itself, to run away from itself. And that's really operating in godhood. And I believe that our goal should be to start operating in our godhood. It's so much easier to fast when we're operating in our godhood. And that's where I feel like I am being intentional about, and I am evolving to, which has made it so much easier to abstain from what no longer serves me. I don't think at any point that stuff served me. It was a condition, but I didn't know what I was doing wrong to myself. But now, with the knowledge of knowing that a lot of what I want to consume is highly destructive, I have a personal responsibility to myself to take care of my body. I'm the steward of my body. I am not my body. I am the spirit that operates the vessel. So detaching from the body and not always jumping to the body's every desire when it's craving something, it's not good for you, and putting it into your body. That's being disconnected with the higher self. And that's being disconnected with God. So I am on this journey of connecting with my higher self and connecting with God and accepting the process of that evolution. And it makes it so much easier to be in this fasted state. So the difference between my fast today and any fast that I've did prior to the one that I'm doing now, I'm not really announcing it. I'm not making a spectacle of it online. I'm not going on Facebook. I'm not going on Instagram. I'm not doing daily updates. I'm not day oneing, day twoing, or day threeing. This is really something that's just for me. When I get on these lives, I'm going to talk about it because it's my experience. Whoever taps in, and it's going to be one of those, if you know, you know. But I am undergoing a whole different type of transformation right now. I've been doing some teachings and some readings. I'm going to be tapping into those books, just learning more, internalizing more, getting out in nature, grounding, getting more sun, breathing more, being tapped in with your breath is being tapped in with the spirit. So I'm just on a whole different wave right now. It's deeper than food. This is about healing my body. This is about clearing my mind and using my mind in a real alchemizing way. T Living Life said, I stopped eating meat 1 year ago and developed a huge sugar craving, working on that. Yeah, a lot of times when we get rid of one addiction, we trade it in for another. And sugar is definitely detrimental to health, depending on the kind of sugar that you're consuming. I would say replace your sugar cravings with fruit, high water, sweet fruit that are in season. Right now, it's watermelon season. Load up on that. It's mango season. Load up on the mangoes. That'll be really good for replacing those cravings when it comes to the more commercialized, industrialized sugars, because that will destroy and deteriorate your health. And if you got rid of meat for health reasons, do not replace it with something that's also going to be just as destructive or detrimental. That is my advice. You're welcome. But yeah, like, this is deep. It's like breaking free from the matrix, being okay with being the outlier, not needing anybody else's approval, not needing anybody else to understand what I am doing for myself, not feeling the need to explain what I am doing, being completely okay, comfortable, and confident in settings where other people are doing things differently than I am doing it, being comfortable with their discomfort. Just, I'm okay with that. I accept the process totally, fully, and completely. I understand that I have to be uncomfortable to change, to grow. And I'm not a victim. I take complete ownership of everything that has happened to me, where I am at in life. And I am actually really grateful for my life, and I'm grateful for where I'm at. And I'm excited for being able to have the opportunity to create the life that I truly want and to see myself become free of the circumstances that I have created for myself. And yeah, I don't think this is going to be long. I wanted to pop in because I've been challenging myself to get on here every day live. Today is the day 6 out of the day 7. I'm really proud because if I didn't challenge myself, I probably wouldn't have been as consistent, period. So it is my goal to be back here tomorrow. I am going to move forward with my day. I am on day 3 of all watermelon. I've got my watermelon juice right here. I have a big bowl of watermelon already cut up. That's going to go in the car with me. And I think I'm about to head over to my father's house, spend some time with him for a little bit. And I'm out. I love you guys. Bye.